Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
sir.
Surabhi.
Yes, sir.
Sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Just take half a minute. Introduce yourself.
So my name is Surabhi Yadav. I was born in village Nasir Nangla in Amroha district, but I have done my education from Bareilly district, completing my 12th from Army School, and then for my graduation I moved to Delhi, did history honors from Lady Shri Ram College for Women. Then I've also pursued my masters in history, and my hobbies and interests include doing Wali art and baking.
And your interest in international affairs. Not much, but still.
Yes, sir.
You're a sociologist, right? Sociology?
So history.
History, all
Yes, sir.
right. I'll slightly modify my thought. Do you know briefly the history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict?
Yes,
Briefly, very briefly.
Yes, sir.
What are the core issues there?
So, sir, Israel and Palestine consist of two different ethnicities, the Jews and the Arabs. So, Jews were not. It is said that Jews were very long time they belonged to this region of the Israel, but they were situated in
Arabs.
Europe. So were the Arabs,
Yes.
but during this 1940s, it was the Britishers that led them because of the persecution of the Jews, especially in the Europe. So Britishers and UN especially led them that you
Only
can come.
persecution or something more?
So one was persecution, other was that they feel that they need to reclaim their homeland because the Jerusalem is also considered a core part of their religion. So they wanted to have their homeland where they could settle.
Did Europeans have a difficulty with the Jews?
Sir, I am not sure about the Jews as the Europeans as a whole, but the Nazi persecution was there.
Nazism or fascism.
Yes, sir. That was
Why
in
did they
Germany.
go after Jews? And not only that, even earlier when they had the holy wars, in Europe, in many countries, Jews had to hide their identity.
Yes, sir.
They were not kind of displaying their Jewish identity very much because they were so scared. Any reason why the Jews were not anti-Semitism? Has a very deep root. What could be the particular reason, history student?
Sir, I'm not sure exactly about the European as a whole. Yes, sir.
Doesn't matter. You heard about this when two top AI scholars and leaders say that very soon work will be an option. It will not be mandatory. Yes? Because most of the work AI will do, don't worry. So it will become optional, right? And they have a concept of UBI, that whether you work or you don't work, we will give you a basic income for your survival. Now tell me, is job only an economic issue or it is much more than that?
Sir, jobs is primarily the reason is the economic issue to have monetary.
What are the downstream impacts on other aspects of your personality?
So one would be because an AI cannot replace the human intellect the way they could perceive and be creative in their field.
You see, 90% of the jobs need no intellectual input. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Rather, 99% of the jobs need no intellectual input.
Yes.
These are SOP based, standard operating procedures. And the computers are much better prepared to do SOP based jobs. So that argument I have difficulty accepting. But my issue is this: is job only economic?
So it is social also.
It's social also,
Yes.
exactly. Yes. So joblessness will not only impact economic situation, it will destroy the social fabric.
Yes.
So the dangers of what these people are talking about.
So, as it's mentioned, you have mentioned that sociology, the social standing of an individual might be
You see,
impacted.
when technology starts taking social decisions,
Yes, sir.
political decisions,
Yes, sir.
cultural decisions, you have a problem.
Yes, sir.
And how do you control it?
So,
The political regulation, which then represents everything: economic, social, political, cultural, and everything. That complete identity now should take a wise decision where to put a line for AI to play those roles.
or human should be doing that. Yes,
Isn't
sir.
it?
So we need to
But we are
have.
not doing it. All right.
Surabhi,
Yes, sir.
I was reading a news today that Karnataka is also trying to have bulldozer kind of activity for all drug peddlers. Even they are on the rented apartment. Okay, so they are having a lot of problems. So they are saying ki you don't have to own the property. Wherever you are staying on rent, we'll bulldoze that property in case you are involved in drug peddling. So do you see this trend increasing in the country, and is it for the positive? Like UP has gained a lot of advantage by adopting the bulldozer culture, which was of course backed by law. So how do you see this? Is it a positive step or what? And why Karnataka is doing so?
Sir, I do not see bulldozer justice as it is perceived in the public as a positive step because it has its repercussions. You are in trying to have a quick justice. You might not be able to deliver a proper justice. Example, in the Karnataka case, the rented apartment, they are just paying the rent. But what about the home owner? They
Why
are
the
not
government
done.
is coming up with such options? Government is consisting of a lot of seasoned politicians who have seen the society since long time and have handled a lot of legislations.
So
What is the
it is. I feel that it is kind of a people pleasing kind of a policy.
people
If
pleasing?
yes, sir, because
But
people
drug
have a
peddling, handling drug peddling problem is not, it's good for everyone. It's good for the nation, it's good for the state also that way.
but there are legal means to deal with
Okay,
that.
you mean to say there should be legal means,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So, you're from UP.
Yes, sir.
UP, still we have got lot of gap between the soft skills adopted by the UP police, or for that matter other police also. So what steps are being taken by UP police to improve the soft skills among the police corps, so that one person is fearless while he approaches the police stations and he has the friendly environment? He can really go and lodge his complaint rather than not going to police stations at all.
Sir, in this respect, there are certain steps that are being taken, like particularly for the women, we are coming up with Mission Shakti, in which there are multiple wings, like one-stop centers for the women, and there are women that are recruited more in the police so that there's sense of familiarity and women are able to approach the police. One is that. Second, we are trying to build capacity building approach of the police. We are also trying to have that Jan Suchna portal where people can come and meet the police. However, there are certain lacunas still, and it is a long way to go ahead.
Okay. You also tried for combined defense service examination and trying for civil service also. Which capacity would you prefer in case you get selected in both?
So now to my age is over,
Over,
and
okay.
then civil
That question.
services.
Now, last question. See, employment is a big issue in our country. The government tries to create opportunities so that we have employment in government sector as well as in private sector. Now, every time we talk, the youth, they lack skill, and that is why their employability is restricted. What do you exactly mean by skilling, and what should be done to improve their skill? What is being done and what do you understand by basically skilling?
So skilling means having the capability to work in that sector and provide value to any sector that you are working in. And that includes vocational trainings, or in the IT sector having the awareness of the industrial requirements.
Let's take 2-3
Basically,
examples.
2-3 examples are in vocational training. So for example, if you have the skill of embroidery, you can employ your skills into the textile sector. If you are having skills like software engineering, coding, then you can code and make apps and work for that. So these would be the skilling
You should have
examples.
theoretical knowledge plus you should have on ground knowledge so that you can actually work.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Surabhi, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You're doing very well. Okay, good. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
History. We'll start with history first and then we'll move to something else. All right.
Yes.
Can you name maybe 3 people who did not belong to the place but changed the history of the place? I'll give you an example. Adolf Hitler. Okay. You understand the connection, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? I can clarify if you don't.
Yes, sir. If you could clarify it further.
He's from Austria, but he changed the history of Germany.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
So one would be Britishers in for India, and in that I would say one particular person was James Mill. He has
Okay,
written
next.
history, and in the world respect, that would be. I will have to read.
Come on, think.
Yes.
Your history. I mean, all through and through history, huh? Okay, I'll help you. One more
Yes, sir.
to think. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi
South
changed the history of
African.
South Africa.
South Africa.
I helped you. Now, come on. One more name. Let's see. There are so many.
American history, American Revolution. People do not belong.
You're not thinking. Surabhi, I'll help you again. One more. Okay, Babur.
Yes, sir. Babar. Then the Indian history, there are a
So
lot like
that's what
Delhi
I'm saying.
Sultanate.
Around the world, also there's so much like this. You can
Yes,
think
sir.
and you can get. Okay, anyways, we'll move on. Okay.
Genghis Khan also.
So we'll move on. What are the positive outcomes of World War II?
Positive outcomes of World War II, one biggest was that we should not have war.
Okay,
That-
but we still have war.
That World War we are trying to restrain. There is overall a policy of restraint in the wars. Second was UN was established as an
Okay, next.
institution. Then there was emergence of bipolar world. Then into bipolar world emerged after World War.
Some real, cogent kind of benefits. You can call them out and out benefits.
Military capabilities emerged for the reason.
Technology,
Technology.
everything. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then anything else? No.
There was focus on decline of colonialism.
Okay, very good. Yes, very good. Surabhi is thinking. Good. Anything else?
Women came out in the
Very
open.
good.
Women
Very good.
empowerment became
Yes,
important.
because there were no men to work.
No men to work. Yes.
Good. Okay.
economically.
Shift focus now completely. All right. Ujjwala Yojana.
Yes, sir.
Would you say successful, unsuccessful, work in progress?
It is a work in progress.
Why?
Because there are still certain areas where women are not adopting these cylinders.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Surabhi. Good.
Thank you.
Surabhi,
Yes.
what is the meaning of your name?
So Surabhi was the name of the Kamdhenu cow that emerged while the churning of the ocean. So it traces the name back there. And there's other name, it also means fragrance. So there are
Fragrance.
two.
Excellent. What kind of fragrance will you bring to the table of Indian Administrative Service?
So the fragrance of commitment,
Okay, one is commitment,
consistency, persistence,
consistency,
rule of law,
rule of law.
and following the constitutional ethos.
Oh, excellent. Now, Indian Civil Service. What are the 3 issues of Indian civil service, in current times? 2 or 3 issues.
So Indian Civil Services has been a steel framework, and it has, as Honorable Prime Minister has also mentioned, that it is very important in the Vikshit Bharat to reach our goal. But certain issues that we can understand are, in some parts there is certain level of corruption among the civil servants that needs to be handled. Then there is some debate around the generalist versus specialist. So that could be one issue that we can look into.
Okay. Your father is still in service?
Yes.
Okay. And your mother is in business?
So she takes private tuitions for the students.
Okay. Now, your father is in police.
Yes.
Am I correct? Suppose you become the police captain, and this is my last question. You become the police captain of a district. What would you do for the lower level of police as the captain of that very district in police service?
So my one important recommendation or thing that I will do would be to structure and fix the hours, the number of hours that a police person is working.
Understood. What else?
Then the transfers.
Transfers. What else?
Then equip them with technology,
Technology. What else?
technological training. Then ensure that they are interacting with the people, capability building approach for the police. That is all.
Okay. Have you heard about this Global Capacity Center, GCC?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. What is the motto of LSR? It is written, once you enter into the campus.
Yes, I had read. I will have to recall.
I think what you mean, you need knowledge if you want liberation. It is in Sanskrit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.